Are you trying to be all things to all people when it comes to your content and your membership strategy? The truth is, the more broad your content is, the less compelling, the less relevant, and the less effective it's likely to be for the individual consumer. By trying to cater to everyone, you end up catering to no one. And this is where segmentation can be a game changer. So we're going to talk about how to identify segments and how to utilize that within your strategy in just a little bit. All right, so let's talk segmentation. Ideally, what you want to do is identify 3 to 5 key segments within your audience and then tailor not only your content, but your lead generation strategy, your sales funnel, your email marketing, the way in which you structure your membership content to those 3 to 5 key segments. When you do that, you'll find that you're able to move the needle right across all of the important key performance areas in your business. More traffic, more leads, and ultimately more membership sales, attracting members who are going to stick around longer because your membership is better structured to their needs once they get inside. So the first step is identifying your core segments. You want no more than 3 to 5 key segments to focus on. Anything more than that, then it's just going to get a little unwieldy in trying to balance things out across your audience. And there's 3 approaches that you can use to identify those segments. If your membership is centered around helping someone reach a particular outcome, or it's helping people on a defined journey, then you can segment the key stages of that journey. So your segments become 3 to 5 core milestones of that process. So stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So for us with the membership guys, we have 3 key segments: planning, building, and growing. So people who are in the process of planning their membership and they're trying to figure out what their strategy is going to be. They're trying to decide whether they want a membership at all. We then have the building segment. So these are the people who are committed to doing it, and they're going to be more focused on tech, on content creation, and preparing for their launch. Then we have the growth segment, and these are the people who have their membership up and running, and they're looking for ways in which to grow, to get more sales, to keep more members, to better manage their membership. So these 3 core groups have distinct needs. Someone who's had their membership up and running for 5 years and are interested in growth strategies, they're not going to be interested in reading articles about how to choose membership plugins because they've already done that. That's way too far in the past for them. So segmenting our content and our marketing and pretty much every aspect of our business helps us to refine our message according to the place that someone is on their journey. And that's going to have a knock-on effect into the likelihood that they'll subscribe to our email list, the likelihood they'll join our membership. And then if we carry that segmentation on in the membership, then that makes sure that we're better serving them. So that's the first way to identify your segments. Segment by outcome. The second method is a segment by competency. So beginner, intermediate, advanced, GCSE, A-level, undergrad, masters. You see this a lot with music memberships or even memberships that teach things like code, so how to build websites. Topics where there's a skill or a proficiency involved, something that's there to be mastered. So that's a second way of segmenting by competency. The third method is segmenting by subtopic. So this would be where you have a really broad subject that needs breaking down into smaller subtopics. So if you had a membership about online marketing, that's a huge all-encompassing topic. So you might want to break that down into search engine optimization, social media, content marketing, and so on. Now, the method of segmentation you use will be determined by your topic and the way in which you are aiming to help your members, whether it's outcome-based, whether it's helping someone with mastery, or whether it's providing a resource that helps them with a vast subject base. Once you've got those 3 to 5 key segments identified, you can then weave those in throughout your content strategy, both inside and outside of your membership. Inside your membership, you can use these segments to organize your content library and also to determine the schedule for when you will release new content. So you can make sure that your content schedule achieves a balance of what you're putting out across all your core segments. So if you're releasing a new mini course every month, then month 1, that course could be one that helps people in segment 1. Month 2, your course can help people in segment 2, and so on. Or alternatively, you can gear specific elements of your membership to your different segments. So again, in the Academy, people in the planning and building segments, they're mainly taken to our membership roadmap, which is our core course for getting your membership launched. Then for people in the growth segment, we don't want to send them to the roadmap because it deals with a part of their journey that they've already gone beyond. So we have a separate feature, which is our growth game plans, again, specifically designed with that segment in mind. Segmentation is especially important in your marketing and in your free content too. You can use your segments to inform the content that you create and when you create it, so blogs, podcasts, videos, and then target all of your marketing according to the segment someone is in. So instead of just having, for example, a single generic lead magnet to entice people to subscribe to your email list, or even worse, just an opt-in form that says, subscribe to our newsletter for more details. No one has ever got excited at the prospect of subscribing to a newsletter. So rather than something generic and broad, you could offer multiple lead magnets, one for each segment. So when someone's reading an article that is for segment 1, so maybe they're reading an article that's geared towards beginners, the lead magnet you use to try to entice them to join your email list is a one that is purposefully designed for people in that segment. It's just for beginners. People reading your segment 2 articles, their call to action is to subscribe to the lead magnet for segment 2. Again, using ourselves as an example, if you are reading an article that's all about planning a membership or deciding whether a membership is right for you, then the call to action at the bottom of that blog post is for our membership planning lead magnet. Now, it makes no sense having that same call to action on articles which are about how to establish boundaries with your members in an established community and stuff like that. People in that growth segment, they don't need a planning guide, but they'll be interested in the lead magnet that we've created for that segment, which is the one all about retention. So by weaving segmentation throughout your content strategy and your marketing strategy, not only does that mean that the content you create is going to be more relevant to the people who are reading it, but you can also ensure the call to action you give that person to subscribe to your email list is more specific to their needs, and therefore they're more likely to sign up. And then the email messages you follow up with then can be, again, segmented, so they're more tailored to the things that that person is interested in. You know, if someone has signed up for your beginner level lead magnet, that they are in the beginner segment, and therefore the emails you send them, the pitch that you make for your membership, any other marketing can all take into account the fact that they are at a particular place, they are in a certain segment, they have certain interests. This is going to make the idea of joining your membership more compelling because it'll feel like a much more personal solution to their specific needs, their specific problems. And as we said, you can take that segmentation further once someone actually joins your membership. You can use the information you have about someone's competency, someone's topic interest, where someone is in their journey towards a specific outcome. You can use that info to personalize the new member experience, to inform which content you recommend to people, and so on. This really helps validate someone's decision to join your membership. And if you've got any doubts about whether segmentation is worth bothering with, whether the idea of creating multiple lead magnets and getting more organized and structured about the content you create, tailoring it to specific segments, if you're not sure whether that's worth bothering with, when we went all in with segmentation back in 2016, we redesigned our website. And in fact, if you see the homepage at themembershipguys.com, our segments hit you in the face. They're all right there. We did that in 2016, and our email subscribers literally doubled overnight. And as you'd imagine, that had a significant impact on our membership sales too. So it really, really does pay off to use segmentation in your marketing and in your membership strategy.